Anyway, I don't feel the drive to play a game just to have a take on it like I maybe used to.
Yeah, not nearly as much, but this was one where what is this penis size thing? And
What? Oh, not in this game. In Cyberpunk.
Yeah. Oh,
what,
sorry.
Where you can give
Were you talking
you can
about
give yourself a?
Were you talking? Did you say something about Silent Hill just now?
No, you exclaimed about the penis thing in a way that I thought something was happening in this game about a penis.
What? So I'm seeing a lot of screenshots about like character creation where you're picking how big your dick is and you're picking one from a number. I was just slightly off of the thing to get the button prompt.
That sucks. That's a classic Silent Hill problem.
People are picking dick shape and dick size, and I'm hearing that Twitch is getting that
Alex,
the game has Twitch exemptions. They're allowed to show dick on Twitch.
Yeah.
What is happening?
Yeah, that's like one of the. I mean, there's just a litany of major problems with the game that I'm sure everyone has heard of to death. That's one of them, like games that have been repeatedly indie games that have nudity in them getting repeatedly like banned from Twitch. Yeah. Meanwhile, Cyberpunk has like nudity in the character creation for essentially no reason. We know these guys. This is no problem.
Oh, they're blocking my. Block this! No! Why do I have an axe now? This isn't the weapon I picked. What do you do? What the fuck?
I'm sure everybody also heard about the epilepsy thing.
No.
You hadn't heard about that?
No.
There's a part in the game.
What the fuck?
There's a part in the game that you have to do that is basically extremely dangerous for epileptics, and there's no way to bypass it. Is the
CD Projekt Red sucks so bad.
Yeah.
What happened? So I just want to die here because
I can't believe you can't. You've killed a bunch of these things already, like in this game, and now that you want to die, it won't do enough damage to you.
The thing is, so many of these enemies are like designed around one weapon where you're just supposed to remember which one it is. I just don't remember. Maybe it's the pipe. It must be the pipe.
But it's like, I don't know. I like this is in a way like
why?
You know how Time Magazine, they'll put out their list of like candidates for like Person of the Year, and they'll always be, I mean, they're just always full of shitty choices, and they always get criticized for it, and they always say like it's not a Best Person of the Year, it's Person of the Year. You know?
Okay.
And in that way, like Cyberpunk is like the Time Magazine Person of the Year, Game of the Year. In that it is like going to be extremely talked about and extremely focused on, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah.
And there's going to be people that think it's like amazing no matter what. There's going to be people who hate it for a lot of the wrong reasons. But it is just going to be an extremely newsworthy thing for as long as it's.
I swear to God, Keith, I couldn't tell you how to do damage to this thing if I wanted to.
You have to dodge roll to the back of it. No, clearly no. Is there a counter? Do we have to counter it?
Do I have a block? Am I blocking right now?
Yeah, we have a block.
Is this the block?
No, that was the get killed button.
Yeah, hearing about Last
apparently
of Us
they
2 getting
fixed-
Game of the Year. So stupid.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But who's Game of the Year? Jeff Keighley? Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Fuck off.
I think the first time you tried it, you gave
bad
up. You were
enemy
maybe
design.
one bullet away. Maybe one.
No,
I think you were just one
you
bullet
have to
away
hit it.
before.
Apparently, you have to hit its head. If you're like a millimeter off, it will just dodge the thing. It'll
The
block
last
it.
shot was a body shot. You got it in the body. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, and for all of Cyberpunk's myriad of issues and CD Projekt's Red myriad of issues, and like history of being weird edgelords and history of being transphobic,
do you get to
like?
Do you get to pick a vagina size or what?
I think that they did say that there are multiple vagina shapes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know for sure.
Great.
This is not anything I'm interested in or care about or thought about. I think like
Okay, bye.
Except in the ways that the character creation tools have been called out for being transphobic. Like, I'm not interested or scandalized or curious about. I have essentially no thoughts about that you can pick your genitals in this
I'm
game,
so
except for that I
proud
think
of
it's
you.
corny as fuck.
Yeah. What the? It's just I can't even.
It's so corny and lame. Like it's just.
So I saw someone created an Are You Winning Son, where the dad walks in on like the picking the huge penis and character customization, and like, yeah, it's just that.
Yeah, but it's like
So,
you know, I guess this is so the original point that I've been trying to make is that, like, at the same time as this game has all these issues, like, you know, like, it's also not the game that came out this year that is like American war propaganda and like is like partially funded by the CIA.
God,
like I don't want to. I don't. It's not that I don't want to. I don't have to say which one of those is worse. And it's like, you know, CD Projekt Red and a Cyberpunk 2077 fail on an extremely long and totally unforced error list of like cultural issues. And that totally sucks.
Yeah,
but it's like,
unforced
God,
error
so
is
many
like,
video games suck in so many horrific and systemic ways.
No, yeah, it is. It's like it just. It's
do you have a point?
Nothing. Well, I think the thing that is so frustrating to me about it is that you're right. None of it at all is anything new to big, popular, successful video games. But that is what is so frustrating about it.
I loved and still remember loving Saints Row. The third. Is that the one where you could give yourself big tits? You could just like change your boob size. You can go to a plastic surgeon. I don't know. I'm pretty sure.
If you're asking which was the Saints Row that we liked the most, that was 4, but most people liked the third the best.
Isn't that which one was the one where? Which one was the sci-fi one?
4 was the sci-fi one that was kind of like Crackdown.
The third then is the one. That was on my Game of the Year list. That was in my top 10 when that came out.
We gave it Game of the Year. Even though it was partially out of spite towards Andy, but we did give it Game of the Year.
We gave a game. So
and I don't have to explain that because it was in the Complex Rockets years. So
it was.
I don't.
But it's like this is not. You know, this is not a new. But plenty of people love that game. That was like a famously good game 10 years ago. And not to say that things haven't changed, but it's like I don't know. I just feel like there's there's so much wrong with video games that to focus on this sort of
I don't get it. Am I going all the way back? I mean, I know I already did this. Is this something? Nope. I'm not like putting the water back or something. So I guess what I'm saying is that I lost the thread on what you're saying about Cyberpunk.
I guess what I'm saying is that we've
been
I think it's important to keep track of the ways that criticizing Cyberpunk 2077 specifically is
That was Miguel, who's been on one of our Game of the Year podcasts.
Oh, that's funny.
Speaking of Game of the Year podcasts,
it's like
get up there.
It's really easy to get brownie points for criticizing 2077 like everyone else is because it's the safe thing.
What?
It's an easy thing to
cowards criticizing this stupid game.
No, it should be criticized for all of the things, but it's like
you're just not interested in it.
I just feel like every year there's one game that everyone agrees is the one that we get to shit on and gets all the press for being bad.
I mean, Last of Us 2 just got like 7 game awards, and Kotaku published an article called "Games Made Under Crunch Conditions Shouldn't Get Best Direction Awards" that was all about how Naughty Dog shouldn't get that award, and instead it should have gone to Supergiant for Hades.
Yeah, I saw that take on Twitter, but I hadn't seen it. I didn't know that it was on Kotaku, and that's where it came from. Or maybe it came from Twitter and then got on Kotaku
something
from
like
there.
That. Okay.
I actually forgot that The Last of Us 2 came out this year. So this year kind of had 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. These games are bad. I'm not saying that don't criticize them. I'm saying that, like, the criticisms that people apply to these games, like Last of Us 2 and like Cyberpunk 2077, are culture-wide issues that seem to get selectively applied when it is sort of like, I don't know. It just seems like there's a green light on certain games that it's big and important enough to criticize in specific ways, and not on.
I don't know.
And not on a wider sort of. I don't know. Am I saying anything?
I mean, I think you're saying that you feel like certain games, including The Last of Us 2 and Cyberpunk 2077, get a cultural green light within the gaming community to criticize about issues fairly criticize about issues that are industry-wide, and so you don't understand why these games in particular are chosen for this ire.
I guess I do understand why, and it's because they're the big games that end up making the most money.
Oh, there's a ladder.
And get they're like the prestige games.
Yeah.
So like that is the line where it's like, when something is a prestige game, then we shit on it, because it's gonna make enough money regardless. I don't know.
There are a lot of people out there that millions of gamer dicks are ultra hard for Cyberpunk 2077 right now, and aren't being critical about it at all, and that's not a good thing.
Yeah. I guess maybe that's what bugs me about it.
Those hard dicks are dick number 2s, by the way.
If you pick 1 or 2 games every year to fight this sort of like culture battle between gamers and thoughtful gamers, or whatever, whatever you want to whatever cultural line you're drawing in the sand, where it's like the fucking the Last Jedi thing. Like, if you're taking your taking your position on like the lines of the nerd culture war, then you end up like end up looking like you're just being part of this like. Yeah. And like every year we pick the game. Like I guess I just mean that people will learn more if you're more consistent about these things. You'll have less of the angry nerds who just want to suck off Cyberpunk 2077.
I think people are getting more and more consistent. I agree. I do agree. I think a highly critical article coming from Kotaku of all places shows, some emerging consistency on these issues.
I just think it shows that Kotaku's made some interesting and good hires in the last few years.
Alex, there's just no way to open the gate from this. I'll head down the tunnel to find a way to open it.
But, I just saw, I saw someone making fun of some post, whatever, from somebody the other day yelling about how mad they are when people say that superhero media is kiddie shit because don't they understand that this is modern American mythology? Like,
what?
Like people out there think this shit.
Yeah. But on the other hand, it's not useful to criticize something as being for kids in 2020. That's a totally useless criticism.
I mean, I think it's...
Everyone likes shit that is for kids in 2020.
Okay.
Adults like things that are for kids still.
Yeah. I'm trying to find my grip on this
What was your favorite cartoon that you watched this year?
Steven Universe.
Yeah, there you go.
I was in the top 1% of Steven Universe soundtrack listeners on Spotify this year.
I guess this is what I'm talking about. Maybe this is my final statement on this.
But I'm not out here trying to argue that Steven Universe is like, I don't know, high art.
No. But neither was that person out there saying that superhero was the new American mythology when that person that they were responding to said it was for kids.
I mean, I think you're right that there are many more useful criticisms that you can apply to, say, the Marvel Cinematic Universe than just saying it's for kids. Because I think also the idea that those movies are for kids is also pretty bad.
Yeah. I guess maybe this is what I'm talking about. When you have the safe bet of the thing to criticize, the sort of the meme, like the meme topic where we have the take, and if you like it, then you talk about, then you criticize it, and if you don't like it, you criticize it, and if you like it, you defend it. It ends up producing a lot of totally non-productive criticisms.
I have
Marvel movies are bad because they're for kids, and adults shouldn't like them, or whatever fucking thing, which is totally a thing I've seen before. And it's like, I hate those movies, but not because they're for kids. It has nothing to do with anything, as far as I'm concerned. And so, when things like The Last of Us or Cyberpunk become the vogue thing to either defend or shit on, you end up with a flood of things like the dick size thing, where people and I don't know, maybe there's something bad about choosing how big your dick is, besides that it's corny, that I don't know about.
Probably not.
But it just seems like there's so many more productive things about Cyberpunk to be shitting on than just like picking everything that you don't like and trying to wrap a critique around those things. And it's like, really, you just don't like the game, but that's not a criticism.
I don't disagree with that. I found I realized what I was not able to vocalize about the Marvel thing we were talking about is that the reason I brought it up never had anything to do with him saying it was never about whether or not it was for kids. It was more about, like, isn't it sad that there are actual people out there that, like, take the Marvel movies this seriously?
It totally is, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what to do about this.
This guy seemed pretty easy to kill with the pistol earlier.
Yeah, but now I don't have any bullets left. So what now? I don't know. Or do I just need to get him to break all the pillars? And then surely it'll come crashing down.
Lexi said, I will say that Steven Universe was important. It got itself cut short by sticking to its guns and going ahead with its inclusion of LGBT representation, and that's helped new shows do the same. Steven Universe had like 6 seasons and is still on the air.
Yeah, I don't, is it? I thought it was over.
It's like the Steven Universe, like, you know, the post season, or maybe they just did. Like,
yeah, I thought it
ended,
was over.
and then maybe that part ended, but it ended and then got like an epilogue, a whole epilogue series.
I don't know. Don't look at me. I just started watching it this year. And
Steven Universe Future was the epilogue series. Yeah, it ran for. It premiered. Okay, so it was like a half season that started in December of last year and ended in March of this year.
That wasn't quite fair to Steven Universe. Steven Universe is closer to something I would describe as high art than the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's for sure. Let me drive my van into your heart.
That Steven Universe does a lot of things well. Just that I didn't hear that it got cut short, and as someone that watched it didn't feel like it got cut short.
It sure didn't feel like that, no. Yeah, I'm not done with it, so there you go.
How many seasons were there?
5?
I wish I knew.
Pretty sure there was 5.
I wish this link that I clicked on 5. Okay. Lexi said both the series and the epilogue were shorter than the creators wanted and shorter than originally planned. And I guess that's fair. I don't know. It's hard to say that something that was gay from the start got cut short after 5.5 seasons.
Oh, goodbye, very fast bugs.
Oh. It was a specific piece of LGBT inclusion that made sponsors pull out. It's hard to even imagine what that specific thing. I don't want to say what because spoilers. Okay.
Yeah, I probably already know what, but I also don't want to say because in case it's a spoiler I don't know about yet. I've already had so many things spoiled from the stuff I haven't seen of Steven Universe. Yeah, I'm sad about it.
How did that happen?
It just keeps happening. So
I feel like you get stuff spoiled for you all the time. I never get anything spoiled for me. Is it like seeing shit on Twitter or what? Or like people talking to you about the show?
I don't know. I couldn't think of a. I don't know. I don't feel like I have stuff spoiled for me that much. I think I just care about spoilers. I care about plot details. I care about knowing plot details of things I haven't experienced more than most people. So I'm probably saying that more often than most people.
Yeah, maybe you just have a wider list of what counts as a spoiler. There's a lot of stuff that I'll see that someone else might call a spoiler, but I'm like, I know so little about what it's saying that by the time it's relevant, like, I don't know how it's relevant, like, I don't know how much it's relevant, and by the time it actually happens, I'll probably have forgotten what this said. Like, sometimes I'll see a spoiler and then not notice until after the thing has happened in the thing, and I'm like, oh, that's what that was about, you know? Oh, you know what? Steven Universe also had a movie with one of the better songs in it, I think. I don't know if you saw the movie.
Nope.
Do you want me to look up a tactics thing on these guys?
I don't know.
God, I hate their stupid heads.
Like,
how's the game? How are you doing? What happened? How did we get out of the sewers, and were we supposed to get out of the sewers?
You asked me how the game is, and honestly, the game is kind of sucking. It's really confusing. I don't know where I'm going, but it doesn't feel like I'm having puzzles to solve. It just feels like they're putting me in a stupid maze. All the enemies are really hard to fight unless I have bullets, and then it's really easy, but there's just not many bullets. Not enjoying it.
What happened? So this is the worst stretch of the game so far.
Yeah. I mean, well, that's maybe extreme.
To say it's the worst stretch of the game so far?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would say it seems like a stretch of the game where more is happening than a lot of the rest of the game, but it doesn't mean that I'm enjoying playing it. I don't know.
I don't know that that's true. Maybe there's been more words spoken a little bit than some of the other sections, but there's also been a lot more just combat, which is the, I think, worst thing about any Silent Hill game. Which is so funny to me why people think this one is worse, because the combat just seems obviously better to me, even though it seems also kind of hard. What happened when we got out of the sewers? I wasn't paying attention.
We just kind of came out of the sewers in front of our house.
Were we supposed to? We had our friend down there.
Yeah.
Is she still in there?
We don't know where she is. We found her walkie-talkie in a pool of blood, and we hoped that it was not Chris's blood.
Probably someone else's blood. It just fell in there by accident.
And this is just an alleyway I can't get out of. So I've been spending most of the past, well, not most, but I've been spending a good deal of time the past few days working on doing a Mac OS installation on my new PC.
How come?
A Hackintosh, if you will.
Why are you Hackintoshing?
Because I edit videos in Final Cut Pro, so if I could run Final Cut Pro on a powerful CPU instead of my MacBook Pro, that would dramatically increase the ease of editing.
Alex.
Of course, why didn't I walk down the street? Really? I'm a fucking asshole.
Right? Hey, I've been better, but I'm okay. Did you find Elle?
Yeah, but we got separated. I'm looking for her now. Where are you?
I'm just now leaving the station to find Fitch. Look, we need to stick together. Meet me at his office. Maybe he knows where Elle is.
Okay, I'll meet you there. God, I hope Elle's okay.
Have you considered just having a native Windows program that you edit videos in on your PC so that you don't have to reboot your PC whenever you want to edit?
Rebooting my computer when I want to...
Takes 20 seconds now.
I want to edit, yeah, it's fast. Also... what? Guys... Ooh.
Nice circle strafe.
Thanks.
Nice block. Excellent knife skills.
Thank you.
We're being positive on run button today.
Yay. I appreciate your support.
You fucking killed those dogs. Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
And I mean, like, you know,
Hey,
I'm glad that I got... Oh,
excuse me.
is that...
Sir.
That's our dad.
Hey.
That's our
you.
dad. He's covered in blood. It's not
How
our
do you know
dad.
it's your dad?
No, it's just...
Dr. Fitch?
Obviously, it's
What do you
Dr.
want?
Fitch.
Are you alright? Whose blood is that? What have you done? Stay away from me.
There's tons of reasons why there could be blood on that knife, besides that he did something bad with it.
Well, it's Silent Hill, though. It's Shepherd's
I
Glen.
know, but we have been using a knife to cut things all day and have not committed any crimes.
Well, do we know that for sure, though?
Oh, is this the Silent Hill where they finally go and all the monsters you killed were people?
Nah.
No, I don't think so. You thought you were in Silent Hill, but it was all in your fucking head.
The thing I forgot is that Mac is all Intel based, and so I got an AMD CPU. So now there's all kinds of incompatibilities.
Damn.
But if it works well, that'd be great. Because I mean, I just like Mac OS better than Windows anyways. Windows is really bad. So it'd be cool if I didn't have to use it that much.
They're the same thing.
They're not the same thing. I mean, the one thing about Apple Mac OS that really sucks is how they keep making it, I wouldn't say harder and harder, but more and more annoying to just download programs made by people and post it on the internet, which is total nonsense. But other than that, it's pretty much better in like most of the ways an OS can be better than another OS. I can't even get my Windows PC to go to sleep.
Mine goes to sleep very easily.
Ah, great. I'm so happy for you.
I press,
Wait, sorry. I mean, I can't get it to go to sleep automatically. I can tell it to go to sleep.
Oh. Well, I've never wanted it to do that, so I have it disabled. Yeah, when I'm done with my computer, I tell it to go to sleep, and the only time I've ever encountered a computer going to sleep, it's been both on a Mac and on PC. I have not wanted it to because I'm like watching a long video or something. And so...
Well, yeah, see, operating systems don't do that anymore, and I guess therein lies the issue, is that now there's all these programs that will signal to the PC, like, don't sleep because I'm doing my thing. And now my PC just doesn't sleep, and I don't know why, because it's some program I can't track down.
I have it set to, like, turn the display off after, like, 15 minutes. But...
are you just really good at never being at your PC when the PC is... Are you just really good at not ever leaving your PC running, or...
Yeah, pretty much,
are you just running your PC all the time?
No, I mean, sometimes I forget, but it's not common. Sometimes I'll leave it running for most of the day, but I almost always have it shut off at night. Or not shut off, but like in rest mode. These nurses are in line to get fucked up. Is this the Silent Hill you were missing?
Yeah, it was this, definitely.
I mean, this is really... Damn, you might die. Do you have a health drink?
I don't need my health drink! My wrist is sore from pushing the attack.
This is the second recording session in a row that you've hurt your wrist by doing normal game button pressing.
Forearming. No. This one, I was maybe being overzealous.
You're right. The last one was abnormal game button pressing.
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. You're talking about the torture scene in Metal Gear Solid. This is just the front area again. Yeah, sorry. I thought we were going to talk about the process of trying to install macOS on a PC, but instead I just got Mr. Grump yelling at me for wanting to run an OS.
I didn't yell at you. I just don't see what the... I mean...
Final Cut Pro is really good. That's all.
God, I hear people saying that, and I just don't believe it.
It's fine.
Is it still the really old version from when they made like an update? They updated it from like 7 to 10 like 11 years ago, and everyone hated it forever.
Yeah, there was it was a industry standard program that a lot of people used a lot and relied on for work, and they totally changed it. Didn't let people use the old version, and they weren't happy about that for some reason. But yeah, it's still basically that version, but, you know, it's a lot better. There've been many updates, but I still don't buy that there was anything wrong with it, other than you just completely changed a program that people liked and were used to and didn't let them use the one that they liked anymore.
People were definitely, like, saying that it sucked, but
yeah,
people will say anything sucks if they don't want it, if they're mad about it.
I really like Final Cut Pro X, and I never used 7, so... My understanding, it sounds like Final Cut Pro 7 was a lot more like, say, Adobe Premiere. Which...
I don't really know the difference, but I've never liked Premiere, so...
Yeah.
I don't like Adobe as a company.
Hey, can you read this?
Dear Mr. Fitch, I was so disappointed that you missed our appointment last Thursday. This is the third time in a month that you've not appeared at the allotted time. I implore you to reschedule as soon as you can. We've made such progress over the past few months. I can't stress how important it is that we maintain regular contact to ensure a speedy recovery. I look forward to seeing you soon. Sincerely, Dr. Slater, Chief Resident Psychiatric Department, Al Camilla Hospital?
Al Camilla Hospital. That's the Silent Hill Hospital.